Thank you.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
We will get started in about 1 more minute here.
Okay, so if you push the
All right, I will call this joint meeting of the Plan Commission and Town Board of the Town of St. Joseph to order. Hereby provided our written notice and the agenda of the public meeting as stated below. There is an opportunity for public comments as noted on the agenda upon recognition by the presiding officer. Let's see, roll call. We have many people here today. Let's see. Let's see. We'll go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance then. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adoption of prior meeting minutes. Let's see. Do we have the prior meeting minutes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they're on the bottom.
Do I have a motion to adopt the prior meeting minutes?
I'll make a motion to adopt the meeting minutes from June 4th, 2025.
I'll second that.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
They're approved. Great. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if we should do the public hearing since that was noticed for 6:30, but I think we're fine here. Is there anyone who'd like to speak to something that is not on the agenda? Nope. All right, then we will move on. And the first item that we have here is actually a public hearing for the conditional use permit request at 462 River Road for a contractor's storage yard. So this is the public hearing. This is an opportunity for people to make comments on the application and to be heard by the commission. We'll then discuss after the public hearing is complete. So is there anyone who would like to make a comment on this prior to the discussion? I'll ask again, is there anybody online or in the room who would like to make a make a comment on this application for a conditional use permit? And I'll ask one more time. Does anyone want to make a comment on this conditional use permit? No, then I will close the public hearing. And we will move on to discuss this conditional use permit. Would you like to come up and sit at the table there? There's a microphone that you can use. Might need to be turned on. Would you like to describe what you're asking for here briefly for the record? Could you turn on the microphone there? Thank you.
Conditional use permit at our residence. We operate a lawn care company from there. The lawn care company has operated from that location for the past 10 years. And now we thankfully have been able to build a shop, which we are very grateful for, and seeking the town board's permission to get that conditional use permit. Our genuine apologies, it was not brought to our attention until we had built the shop, and so we acknowledge that and we do apologize.
Okay.
Would you like me to explain in a bit more detail, or do you essentially have questions that you would like us to answer?
Let's see, I'll just start by asking who on the commission would like to ask questions of Bentley.
Just, hi, I'm Chris Matt. I'll do both of them at the same time. Just for clarity, I know you said you didn't know about the zoning and such. So what made you aware of it? I'm always, we always want to learn, how did you become aware of it? And that you needed to even bring a conditional use permit forward? Request.
The town of St. Joseph made us aware of that, that necessity to have that.
Oh, so they got a letter? You got a letter or?
I honestly don't quite recall how it came to, if we did receive a letter.
I was informed by the chief of the fire chief.
Oh,
'cause I'm on the
okay.
fire department.
Sure, word of mouth.
And
Okay.
was sitting on
Oh.
the discuss.
Okay.
So it was background.
Okay, thanks. Just curious, because
Yeah.
the zoning is newer in our town, so this is gonna come up every now and then. The other question, I went out to your property, so as plan commission members, we go out to just to look at it, and I apologize, I went in the driveway to the area where your buildings are, and I went to your house, but I knocked on the bottom door, but I didn't go in your fence area because it felt private, so if you saw a Volkswagen, that was me. But I wanted to ask, I saw that you have a gasoline tank storage there, and just ask how long you've had it. And are you by code to the state requirements?
Yeah, so that gas tank has been there for 3 years,
Okay,
and it's through Scoglin Oil, so it's their gas tank.
Okay.
We just lease them.
oh, okay, all right, thanks. I'm gonna guess you're on the fire department, so you understand all the regs and state and everything, so I won't go into that, but I noticed it, so I just always ask that question when we're out. looking at that. Yeah, thanks.
Any other questions for them? Otherwise, I'll start running through the staff report. Things that are kind of more boilerplate. Let's see. So we do have a company that we contract with to do these reports for us, basically evaluating applications against the ordinances that we have. Let's see, comments. Let's see, they asked that you add setbacks to confirm that setbacks are met, and I think you did that on this new one, right?
Mark, and I apologize, I may mispronounce his last name, but McClenathan. And he had mentioned that that was originally supposed to be on the one that was submitted. And it was an oversight. He had added it to the document, but did not replace the existing document prior to it coming forward. So he was able to append that.
All right. Yep. Let's see. And maximum height, I believe you also have that in the maximum height, I think you had in your response as well. Yes. Yeah. Comments that no fences proposed. Plan commission can require a fence if deemed necessary. We can talk about that in a bit. It's not show outdoor storage areas, should be added to the site plan. I don't remember if you had added that in the response document. Okay. That one. Yes, okay. Right. Looks small, should not be a problem. Let's see. More detailed project narrative. You definitely have that. With employees and hours and so forth. No parking stalls are noted. Do you have parking stalls? You say you've got 10 employees and some work vehicles on things. So you've got some parking, okay, work vehicle parking, and then this other parking that you've got here, is that where your employees park when they come in?
Correct. So
Yep. Okay, so 15 by 85, that winds up being 8 stalls or something like that. I don't know. 6 stalls, rough equivalent, roughly.
essentially, people just kind of park next to each other.
Right.
Framework around the parking
Yeah.
stalls.
Our ordinance is kind of written based on numbers of stalls, so that's probably why the staff report was asking that. Okay. Lighting you covered, landscaping you covered. Let's see. Comment to show driveways and hard surface and gravel areas. Gravel. Is the gravel your only hard surface in there then?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. And if I remember right, was this actually 2 lots at one point? This was 2 lots and then was combined.
The township did ask that we made that
Mhm.
combination of the 2 parcels.
Yep.
When we received our building permit and it was approved, we were unaware that even though we own both of the adjacent properties, the parallel properties, we owned the 2.
Mhm.
We did not receive any feedback and it probably was not their place to provide that, but we genuinely did not know you couldn't build over. a
Over the
lot
line,
line,
right?
Even if you own both of the lots, so.
Yep.
We wanted to do what the town board was asking.
Yeah, that comes up every so often. Yep. Okay. Because I think our subdivision ordinance says that there's 1 driveway per lot, but when you're combining lots, I don't think we have anything that says you need to get rid of a driveway.
I think it's silent.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I don't think that that's a problem here. Obviously, the town board can decide on that, but given that they effectively forced you to combine the lots to be able to build there, it would seem odd that then they would say, now you have to have only 1 driveway. So,
I'll just add just to contextualize it. When you're out there, your driveway goes to your house. It's very different. It's very private than the other driveway goes strictly to your storage area and your work employee built
mhm,
parking and everything. So
That
just trying
is-
to put that in context.
Hey,
Yeah.
That is correct. And
right.
partly why we had a strong interest in keeping, we call it the service road open. Is if you exit our property on the south part and you go to pull out on River Road from our personal driveway. There is a almost a blind approach from cars that are heading westbound across River Road. And I mean, I even at times, especially in the summer when people are roaring up and down River Road, I will actually put my window down a crack just to hear if there's somebody flying up over the hill. So when we have the trucks and trailers
Right.
leaving, we advise them they need to be going out that service road because they have a full view of east to west. And
Yeah.
especially when you're pulling out with a trailer.
The big truck or a trailer. Yeah.
So it's also from a safety standpoint, from our perspective for our employees, but also everyone else on the roadway.
Yep. Yeah, I think the only time that I can remember that this sort of thing has come up before is somebody that merged two smaller lots together. There wasn't anything built on them at the time. And then they were asking if they could construct two driveways into there. And we said no. The town said no, but that's a different case, I think, so. Right. Let's see, bicycle and pedestrian study, we always have the proposed bicycle trails that always come up and we never do anything about. Which makes me wonder if we should be revising our comprehensive plan or something to basically say the town is not currently planning to build any bicycle trails. I don't actually remember, is this one of the town ones or is this one of the county?
County.
This one's county, okay. So, and as far as I know, we've never even considered acquiring land for a county bicycle trail.
We made a proposal for it, and then when we saw the price tag and found that the town would eat the bill, we
Mhm.
all gave a resounding, no, thank you.
Okay,
I think the total came out between 9 and 11 million for a separated. And that was just to run down River Road from County Road
Mhm.
V to the state park.
yep,
Yeah, and that did not include the full acquisition of land. So,
yep. Right. All right. So I think everything that was brought up in the staff report has been addressed. To my satisfaction at least. Anyone else have any other comments on this, or would somebody like to make a motion?
so I have one question, I guess, which was in chapter 170 for accessory buildings.
Okay,
And I'm looking under 170-8 for definitions. We don't need to address anything with the accessory building in the CUP for restrooms, correct?
for which
Restrooms?
restrooms? I don't think so.
It's called out in the accessory building right under definitions, which is why I'm asking, at least as an
Mhm.
E code.
Yep. That's public restrooms. If you're.
Yeah, I
looking at
suppose,
what
I guess
think.
what I'm asking is because it's technically a small business
Mhm.
under 10, but it's not in the business district, they don't have to
Right,
comply with that, right?
yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right,
That was my big question.
okay. Would anyone like to make the motion on this?
I'll make a motion to the board to approve the conditional use permit at 462 River Road, Hudson. Do we need anything more than that?
No? Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I just want to add, I know that we talked about, typically we ask if there's any outdoor storage out in the area of your business, that there be a fence protecting it visually from the adjacent property lines. He mentioned it earlier and I just wanted to bring it up for our discussion, is that when you go out there, I don't think it's an issue right now because there are a lot of tall pine trees that are block visibility and just, I'm assuming you've never had any neighbors, any issues or anything. So
Absolutely.
in the future, if trees went down or something, that might be something we would need to look at. But I just wanted to bring it up and acknowledge
Yep.
it. That's all, yeah.
Yep.
We do try to have a touch point with those neighbors
Yeah.
immediately around us. I mean, we see them, their dogs comes across.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or talking to them through, so. Yeah. And we would always love to plant more trees, stuff like that.
I generally prefer trees to fences anyway. So. All right,
Hey,
any further discussion? All those in favor of recommending approval to the board?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carries. See you at the board meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, moving on. 26 Rainbow Street. The county looking for input for whether we have an opinion on approving this variance. Any comments or discussion on this?
Anton, can you run me through this one more time? This is the St. Croix Riverway District, so the county is just asking for our input, but they have final say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's basically under it is the Riverway, it is the shoreline Riverway, et cetera, stuff. So that's county zoning that they're really requesting a variance from.
Okay.
Because our variance or our setback from the edge of the property is very small.
Yep. Yeah,
But the setback
but in the district, it's,
on the district,
larger.
it's like a 75-foot setback that the
Right.
county has. Whereas we would have a 10, is it 10 in the traditional? Yeah. So. Trying to get a building entirely on my lot. So. Does anyone have any objections, I guess, from the town's point of view to letting them build somewhat closer?
All right, I'm the only one talking. I'm glad. I don't have an objection per se, but I would just bring it to the board's attention that in that district, our setback is 10 feet. And if we could get them at 10 feet, it's so tight back there. I went back there today. 75 feet will not allow them to build anything.
it's
So-
unbuildable at 75.
It's what?
It's unbuildable at 75.
Yeah, there's
So,
just no way. This is where, we don't want to tell people you can only build this big of a building. That's not really ours to do. But if they could just keep it at 10 feet from the property line, they would probably have to, yes, narrow that width of it a little bit. But that would just be a recommendation.
Mhm.
It can still be the length, the 50 feet running north and south, it's that 30-foot that keeps them within 40 feet of the setback or the cliff. I mean, and it's a cliff. If you
Mhm.
step over, you're down the hill.
Yep.
So that's just something I put in there as a recommendation.
Okay. Any more discussions on this one?
just to clarify, that's the setback for the rear towards the cliff. This is some county stuff, so they have a setback from, is it
From
the
the-
riverbank?
From
or
the
like
bluff.
The edge?
This one is the bluff line.
Yeah, okay. And so they want to build, the application is to build, or a variance to build up to that bluff line?
No, to within, I think 40 feet. Is that what they're asking?
And then we're asking, your
40,
input
but-
was to limit that to 10 feet?
No, on the other side.
On the other
the
side.
Adjacent property, right now, it would be like 5 feet.
10 foot on the side lot.
Exactly.
Gotcha, okay.
Currently,
That's where I thought
what
we
they're
were at.
proposing is like 5,
Yeah.
and I'm saying, could you at least go to 10?
And within the district itself, with the zoning in the district, we would require a 10 foot setback on the side lot anyway.
Yeah.
I would totally agree with that,
Yeah.
providing that
It's
input.
5 feet less that they gotta find,
Mhm.
in the building, and not shifting it over, so now you're 35 feet from the bluff line,
Right,
but I'll let the board have those discussions. They're not here tonight.
Mhm.
Sorry, I should turn this on. They're not here tonight to discuss it with us. so.
right, right. But I think that's good input.
Yeah. Do you want,
Especially if that's a standard in the district, I think we should hold side lot standards that way, for sure.
Yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
would you like to make a motion and include that in the motion?
Sure, if there's no other conversation. Okay. Let me find the, here. I'm going to recommend to the town board to recommend the variance for Anthony Lodge, property owner at 26 Rainbow Street, Holton, Wisconsin, with the recommendation that the side setback on the adjacent lot line to the east of this property be 10 feet. Currently on the map that they've submitted in the variance application, it looks like it's 5 feet. And with that, keeping the 40-foot setback from the west side of the garage to the bluff line.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Right. They are. Okay. All right. Ordinances. We have 168. Division of land. Let's see. 1 second here. I looked some more and I have not yet heard back from Doug on what he thinks we should change. I'm probably just going to drop this off the agenda for next month unless I hear something more specific from Doug. You looked as well, Chris, right? And you didn't see.
Yeah, basically, like we said last time, we don't follow county zoning, we follow our own town zoning.
Yeah, and the county zoning basically explicitly says this doesn't apply in these towns, so.
We get to be a unicorn.
We fought very hard to be unicorn.
Well, good.
Yeah.
And I like it.
So
Sounds like there's some
it was a very expensive endeavor to become said unicorn. So
things that still need to be ironed out. I'm being the unicorn. That's fine. I'm here for it.
Yep. All right. Second one, vehicles and traffic. This one actually came out of a discussion at the town board meeting last month. The board didn't actually ask for this, but I am going to propose this as something that the board could act on if they want. Basically, there is a discussion about reducing the speed limit on Perch Lake Road, where the park is.
Mhm.
And that's something that the board can do if we have an ordinance in place that says that they can do that.
Okay.
And so I feared I would try and get ahead of this a little and like throw a proposal to the board and say, you know, hey, if you are still in the mind of reducing the speed limit by the park, and technically we need this for Perch Lake as well, because we have that marked at 15, but technically we can't unless we have an ordinance saying that we can. So,
because just to give everyone else, if you don't know, There's another method of reducing speed of any town road. It's by doing a study. And the study is breathtakingly expensive. So the concern on Perch Lake is that people are going too quickly. And there's a little condition where you can basically do it park adjacent, which would take the speed limit to, is it 15?
Yep.
15 miles an hour. But that's a very challenging component to enforce. So
So you would need a general piece of code, or you would have to spell out Perch Lake Road, like a four-way stop where you have
Kind-
to spell them out?
Kind of both.
Okay,
So, oh, I stole something from a couple of other towns here, and I'll just read this out because it's short.
please do.
So what I'm proposing is to add in our vehicles and traffic, an Article 4 speed limit. Maximum speed limit of 15 miles per hour on certain streets. A maximum speed limit of 15 miles per hour is hereby established on the following streets, roads, or highways contiguous to or adjacent to a public park or recreation area when children are going to or from or playing in such area. Perch Lake Road, adjacent to Perch Lake, and Homestead Parklands. So basically spelling out that, you
I'm
know,
leaving the opportunity
there is a
for,
15 mile per hour there.
yep,
And that verbiage is pretty much out of the state statute. So
Oh,
the
perfect.
contiguous to or adjacent to a public park or recreation area when children are going to or from or playing in such area. That's basically, that's the conditions that you can drop it to
there
15
need to be
as a
children.
town. There need to be children.
that's gonna be my next question. Does there have to be children?
It appears so.
I
There's
believe
always
so.
kids there, so
I know you want.
it's a park, right?
Yes.
Prove there's not children, I guess.
Let's see. Yeah, so the statute basically says, in the various cases where, speed limits are set, that this is 346.57 for no, just for I guess. It's just showing it to me twice. 15 miles per hour on any street or town road except a state trunk highway or connecting highway within, contiguous to, or adjacent to a public park or recreation area when children are going to or from or are playing within such area, when the local authority has enacted an ordinance regulating such traffic and has properly marked such area with official traffic control devices erected at such points as said authority deems necessary, and at those points on the streets or town roads concerned where persons traversing the same would enter such area from an area where a different speed limit is in effect. So basically, if you have a park or you have something like the lake, and there may be children there, then we can mark it as like speed limit 15 when children are present or something
Okay.
like that.
Is it called out as 15, or can you vary that to like a 25 or?
It's called out as 15 miles per hour.
Okay,
There's a very limited number of cases where towns can reduce speed limits.
okay.
And every one of those cases basically says what it can be reduced to.
My only thought is
So-
Nelson Farm where the crossing is for the state park.
Mhm.
But 15 seems really slow there.
Yep. We could add that into the ordinance if we wanted to. Or the board.
I was
could-
just looking for
Yeah.
future opportunities
Yeah.
to, thinking
Yeah, I was kind
forward
of,
to say, what other,
yeah, I was thinking River Road, and then I was thinking, ha, ha, ha.
yeah, that's true. I agree, that hill is horrible.
Yeah, that would-
Um,
That might make people drive faster even there.
one point, River Road was a 55.
Hmm.
Many years.
I think I was alive.
Yeah, I was, so yeah.
I think we were
you
driving
Yes,
at that point. Okay,
we were.
okay. I wasn't gonna admit to speeding down River Road. At one point it was 55. I do recall.
55 now.
Yeah.
The town of St. Joe's drag strip over there called River Road is, yes.
65 if you, like, you don't want to get rear-ended.
That's right.
You don't want to get actually pushed off the road. Yeah. I think the only pushback you'll get is because it becomes part of eco.
Yep.
For that. So. Yeah. I'd say propose it.
Yeah, I figured gives the board a chance, an opportunity to discuss it.
Yep. Agreed.
and revise it.
And we can dictate where we want that. It doesn't hold it to any park in the township, correct?
Right.
Yeah, yep, perfect.
So I will make a motion to forward this change to chapter 183 vehicles and traffic to the town board for their consideration. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Thanks. No, all right. Well, I'll get the redlined version over to you, Terry. So. Have a good night.
Thank you for
Thanks.
coming in.
Let's see, standing items, review of budget. Anyone have any budgetary questions for Terry?
Anything new and exciting in the budget? No. It's in the drive. It's just not printed.
Yep. That's fine. So occupancy.
Oh, I'm not touching that one.
Yep, nothing too exciting in the budget. Anyone else have questions on that? Updates from county. We have our county variance.
Yeah, they haven't reached out with anything.
Yep. Any updates on complaints?
Nope.
All right. So recommendations to the town board, we have our CUP, we have the variance, we have the ordinance. For next agenda. Nothing, maybe.
There's a variance.
There is another variance in the drive. Not sure, when did that come in, Terry?
The Alex Rome
Yeah,
for Bass Lake Road.
Yeah.
I don't have a received stamp on this one.
Tuesday. That the DeFeo or whatever.
Cause it has a scan and dated June 26th.
Was June 3rd by the
yeah,
with the Terrier Lane one, that's the one you're talking about?
The Bass Lake Road
yeah.
for Alex Rome. This looks like it's another one that's just county.
Yeah, it's just county. I didn't want to talk about it here since it's not on the agenda. It's not on the agenda because it wasn't in the drive when I looked at the drive a week ago to prepare the agenda.
Essentially move it to August.
Well, if it's a county thing, then
You don't get a choice.
yeah. Is that on the board agenda? Wait a second, looked.
I just have to go based on the drive. I don't. My email is lost cause at this point. So it has a scan and date on the drive of June 26th, which would have been last week,
Yeah,
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah.
Thursday morning is when I did the agenda. So it's possible if that was,
Got squeaked in.
came in like just after that. But technically, I think we ask for things to come in sooner, but that's for town things. For county things, we don't have a choice. I guess we may want, Terry, we may want to at least get this added on the town board agenda.
The Bass Lake one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the county variance, Alex Rome, and it looks like there's 2 scans in here.
With it not being on the agenda, we can't send comments to the,
Right.
got it.
Yeah.
I guess because it's not technically on the agenda,
We
I
can't
can-
discuss it.
well, unless the presiding officer calls for public comment and you have a public comment.
Could reopen public comments. We can't turn that into a discussion.
True, but I can, if you
can-
want to take a moment, then
Yeah,
if the
I will,
presiding officer.
I will open it to public comment with the caveat that
We can't actually
this can't
discuss,
be a discussion. Yes.
but if you have something that you wish to state in public comment.
Yeah.
Do you want to, do you want to see it? See the actual application.
Oh, no, I was looking at it. I think that's where I got confused about the setback before,
Mhm.
because I didn't realize there was 2. Because there was only one, the one on the agenda, and then there was 2 in there, and then I was looking
Yep.
at the one and the other one going, what's going on here?
Okay,
So, no, I guess I just wanted to be careful of speaking to it without it being on the agenda.
Right.
so
So I don't have any public comments to make at this time. If that's how you can say that.
that is how you can say it. We just can't really respond to you. Other than thank you for your public comment.
Yes.
It's the only way I could think of putting it on the record without it being on the agenda.
Mhm.
Can I make it public?
You can make
You
a
may, you
public
may
comment.
make the public comment.
So I just have one thing is that I would recommend to the board to see if this has been brought to the Bass Lake Association.
The Best Lake Rehabilitation District.
Thank you. Yes,
TLDR.
Bass Lake Rehabilitation District because of the variance requested to keep the building within the high water mark of the lake.
Thank you for your public comment.
Yeah, anyone else want to make a comment on this? No. All right. I will then take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We stand adjourned or sit adjourned or something.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thanks for
both.
calling in, Carol.
Pardon?
Thank you for calling.
Oh,
Carol. Didn't know if you'd be able to make it or not, so thank you.
I had cataract surgery last week and this week, so I'm not driving.
Yep. All right. Well,
All right, bye.
rest and get better. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.